Hey everybody, yeah, I know I'm making more than one video a week. This is crazy talk. This is going to be a book review, so I can tilt my camera again. Actually see my face. This is going to be a book review today on my one of my favorite authors, Hopkins. This is her book, Crank. This is not my book. I didn't buy it, I got it from my work. You can see. And hopefully by the end of the year I'll have my own copy of this book. I'm trying to collect all her books. I've read it a long time ago. I've read the entire series. This is the first of a trilogy, for those of you who don't know how to count. It's Crank, Glass, and Fallout, which is her latest, or not her latest book, but her last book for this series. I will get to that book later. I always say that I will get to it later. Okay, this is the cover. I really like this cover. If there wasn't such a glare. It's very simple. It's supposed to look like drugs written, you know, spelling the word crank. And I think it's a really good cover for the book because it definitely is simple and the storyline is simple. It's about this girl named Christine who goes to live with her father and gets hooked on drugs. Then she comes back to live with her parents. She gets pregnant, has a baby, and it's just a really good series. I'm very surprised that more people haven't read it. There's a bit of a story about this. I'm doing a speech in my speech class right now on Hopkins because she really inspires me, and we're doing our celebratory speeches. So I'm going to do mine on her. And one thing I found out about this book two things I found out about this book that I did not know about. One being the fact that it took her from, I believe, 1995 to 2001 to write this book, because she was developing the story. She was doing her research. She was making this as true to fact as it could be. She even put out a book called Flirting with the Monster, which is a collection of interviews and that about the story. And I think that's very powerful when an author actually researches what they're talking about and isn't pulling facts out of their ass. And it makes me, really respect her as a writer. The second fact that I didn't know is that you're introduced to her, I think you're introduced to Hunter in this book. And Hunter is her, Hunter in real life is her son, who is really her grandson. And he knows the story. He knows that this book right here, and it's follow-ups to this book, I believe. I know this one is. I don't know if the other two are based on real stories. They're not fake. They're what really happened to him and his mother, and it's truly amazing when an author can pull from that strong of a thing and make a very good book. I praise her books. I've read all of them except for her adult fiction she just put out, and her children's books I haven't read. But all her YA books that are out today, I have read them all. I own 4 of them, and I will hopefully be doing all of the reviews on them. I give this book a 5 out of 5, of course. It's this thick, but it is written in verse. You can see, and I don't think I can find any of her pretty pages in this book. There are some that are like this one. It's not a very long book. I think there's 537 pages in this book. It goes by really quickly. It's a really good book, and if you're looking for a book that's just kind of a tough subject but very easy read, but it pulls on your heartstrings. I think this is the perfect series to start. But I will give you a hint to upcoming reviews. I would read this book, and I would read Glass. I would stop after that. No offense to Ellen, but Fallout hit the bottom of my list for her books. But this isn't my favorite one of her books. That could possibly be an upcoming book review sometime very soon, because I own that one. I own my favorite book out of hers, and it's more twisted than this one. But I hope you guys like the review. If you have any comments, leave them in the doobly-doo-doo. And like the video, ask me questions, leave me comments. I'll try and answer them, and I'll try and keep up with what's going on. Currently, right now, I'm reading Matched. I can't remember the author, but hopefully be getting some of that done soon. So, I will review that once I get done. That'll be the first one I'll do when I get it done. So, thank you guys. Bye-bye. Have a good day.